Hey yo, N4H&H here. This is the FTDX 5000, but doesn't matter the technique I'm going to show you could do with other radios. Trying to chase a QRP SOTA station. He's in Kentucky. I'm in Georgia, 20 meters. He's running QRP, so hear all the fading going on? He's just unsteady. And of course, he's got a pile up. So I'm going to show you a technique I'll use. I've shown this in various other videos, but apparently a lot of you guys don't go back and watch the old videos. So here's an opportunity to kind of reinforce this. Band's relatively quiet, but I am running DNR on this rig, DNR at 15, algorithm 15. There's without it. You see he's right down in there in the ringing sound. That ringing sound comes from the filters, you know, your roofing filter in this case, and then your digital filter. And well, combined with a roofing filter. He's actually getting a little bit stronger now than he was when I grabbed the camera, but nonetheless, let me show you. See, he's faded again. All right, I'm going to go to amp 2. I normally wouldn't do that, but when you run a narrow width, I'm at 50 hertz. See, if I widen that out, wait till he comes back and listen. Just the natural noise is going to interfere with him. See, it's really painful to try to pull him out. Now, I'm going to go back down to 50 hertz. 100 might would do it, but I'll go to 50 and be sure. See, he's still ghosty, right? Kind of a ghost station. Well, so I'm going to go to amp 2, but now that's when you push more signal into these narrow filters like this, you get that ringing sound. So here comes the notch trick. Manual notch. I go into the menu, set it to narrow, and my tone is 600 hertz. You see, if I go to 600, I'll knock out his 600 hertz tone. There, I went to 550. Now here it is without the manual notch. Now this is easier done with headphones, of course, but I want you to hear it. So he's a ghost station. Or as one of my friends says, Ariel, he says, barely above imaginary. NY4G, Ariel, you know who you are. Well, let me see if I can work him. He's got quite a pile up, though. Ooh, he's ghosty. And that's with amp 2. So you see, I had to have amp 2 to get the extra sensitivity I need to boost him because of the QSB, the fading. So I'm using the notch trick to knock out the ringing that my filter is causing, the ringing sound, because of pushing so much signal through it. Filter meaning DSP width in combination with a roofing filter, which is, I'm using a 300 hertz roofing filter. Okay, so let's see if I can close out the video by working him. And it's a 10-point summit. Got him. I think he got it. Oh, he faded again. I just sent BK. Okay, wasn't sure he heard me. That was really, really iffy. Man, that was one of the ghostiest of all. And you know, you notice that he took a little bit of a fade after I started working him. So that was tough, but I did get him. I gave him a 419. He gave me a 599. I'm up here logging in the N3 FJP. So there's my signal to him, 419. I received a 599. So he's on the Black Mountain. That's Whiskey 4 Kilo Stroke Echo Charlie -001. So that's the highest peak in the Echo Charlie region of Kentucky, W4K, K for Kentucky. And it's called Black Mountain. And so that's Charles Brown, KD4CB. CB his call. So there you go. That's the fun of chasing SOTA now. If you've seen my SOTA videos before, you know that I chase for points. So I will move over to this screen so you can see this part. And he's operating on, he was right here, 14063. So I'm going to go over here to the right, and there's a little, looks like a plus sign and a sheet of paper for log spot. And then, let's see, I was late getting this. What time did I worked him at 2011. So just going to backspace over that 4, make that an 11, and log for my points. And you know, there's awards. You can get certificates, you can get trophies. Well, it used to be trophies, and really you actually make a donation to pay for the trophies. But I've got the Chaser trophy, which is called Shack Sloth, for all in good fun. And then the ones out on the mountain, and I've done that as well. And that one, the award you want to achieve is Mountain Goat, and that is 1,000 points of activations. You know, the summits are worth anywhere from 1 to 10 points, so it takes a while to get to 1,000. But we've got guys over here in the U.S. that are way beyond that. They're many times over 1,000. Very prolific at it. So anyway, there you go. Chasing a SOTA station, a ghost station, in fact, as my friend Joel calls them. I had an opportunity to also show you some gain structure stuff, some little tricks I work here with the DSP. FTDX10, FT710, FTDX101, 991A. A lot of the radios out there, Kenwood, ICOM, have similar features that, you know, utilizing the DSP to knock down the ringing. So let me leave you with this, just a reminder. So the more signal you push through your filters, especially when they're tightened up, you're going to get that ringing sound. And that ringing sound happens to be at the frequency you've got your CW pitch set to. In other words, the pitch you want to listen at. So if you look at my display, see, I'm set at 600. And so that ringing is going to be at 600 hertz in my case. So what I'm doing is I'm utilizing combinations of the DSP filter called digital noise reduction, DNR, to knock that ringing sound down some. And I'm also using my manual notch, which I call my notch trick. And really, to make that work right, you need to be able to go into your menu and set the manual notch to its most narrow setting. Okay? All right. Hey, I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you learned a thing or two. Thanks for watching videos on my channel. Please stand by for about 40 seconds. I want to acknowledge 5 of the Patreon team, long haulers as I call them. These are people who have donated to my work on a yearly basis. Some are approaching 4 years. Without them, you wouldn't have seen any of the videos, the 500 or so that are public, or the nearly 200 that are over on Patreon itself. And then there's exclusive other content on Patreon. None of that would exist without the people I want to acknowledge right now. 73 from N4 H&H.